Today, I'm answering the most important question in K-pop history. Which BTS member could I beat in a fight? I've seen countless clips, watched an unhealthy amount of Run BTS, and I'm feeling pretty confident that I could beat at least one member. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joy, and yes, Yoongi made me do it. This video will be very silly. I'll be ranking each BTS member by who I think I could hypothetically take in a fight. Just FYI, I would never actually hurt any of the members. The only thing though that I might fight BTS about is the fact that Ddaeng is still not on Spotify. Like, come on, it's been since 2018. Why isn't it on streaming services? That does make me want to throw hands with them a little bit. Okay, I'm joking, mostly. This is pure hypothetical chaos and 100% for fun. No Bangtan was harmed in the making of this video. If this sounds like your kind of nonsense, consider subscribing to my channel. Alright, let's set the scene. Here are the 5 very scientific tiers I made. They will be themed after BTS songs. I'll briefly explain each of the categories. The first one is mic drop. Pretty self-explanatory. It means that I could beat this member pretty easily. Next, we have blood, sweat, and tears. This category means that I would win, but it would be a bit of a struggle. Next is seesaw. This one means that the fight could go either way depending on the day, or it's a draw. The next category is danger, which means that this member would beat me pretty easily. And then finally, we have run. Yeah, with this category, I'm not even going to try with the member, hence why I'll be running away from them. For the tier list, I'm going to go in chant order so that it's not too much chaos. Let's start with our fearless leader, RM, aka Kim Namjoon. Now, Namjoon is no doubt physically stronger than me. The man is almost 6 feet tall, and I barely hit 5 feet 5. We all saw the workout video of him, but hear me out. We also know that this man is extremely clumsy, like comically so. He'll trip over literal air somehow, and that would be my opportunity to just pounce on him and just go in on him. It's not honorable, but it's my only way to have a chance in this fight. Even still, I don't think it'll be the easiest fight for me. While he is clumsy, he is also known to break things, which theoretically could include me too. So for that reason, I will rank Namjoon as a seesaw. Maybe I could take him, maybe I can't. It really just depends on how coordinated or destructive he is that day. Next, we have Jin, Mr. Worldwide Handsome. Now, Jin is interesting. He's obviously way more athletic than me. Well, that's a very low bar. I'm pretty sure most of you watching are more athletic than me, but that's not my point. My point is that Jin is kind of a jock. He's pretty good with sports, and he's also very limber. I mean, we've seen the Run Jin challenges, right? That would definitely be useful in a fighting situation. One thing that I do have going for me, though, is that he is easily startled. I think a butterfly could scare him and make him jump if it came at the right angle. My plan is pure psychological warfare, basically element of surprise. In this hypothetical fight, I think that anything goes, right? So maybe I can hide behind a door, jump out, and while he's recovering from the shock and probably screaming, that's my moment to just go in on him. I will, of course, avoid hitting his beautiful face. It'll be a struggle, but I think I could win. So I'm putting Jin in blood, sweat, and tears. Next up is Suga, aka August D, aka Yoongi. Now, just because he's my bias doesn't mean he can't catch these hands, okay? The thing with Yoongi is that he almost broke my ranking system. When I was planning this video out, I wasn't really sure where to put him initially. I feel like with him, there's like no in between. Either I would easily beat him because he will have zero energy for the fight, or he would just destroy me. I think too that he is, not as tough as he looks. I think that he's like a teddy bear on the inside, is just not a fighter. I can actually hear him now saying like Hajima, Hajima, while I have him in a headlock or something. I also could win on a technicality too, because he flat out just might not show up to the fight at all, and so I just win by default. But on the flip side, I think that his chill vibe is a facade, and that deep down he might be a fighter, and then boom, he destroys me. Also, another thing that I think about is that Run BTS episode with the fake zombie apocalypse and how he squares up against the zombie. I don't know, if you look at that fighting stance, I think that's somebody who has some fighting experience. So, I think I'm gonna put Yoongi in Seesaw. He's just too unpredictable, and I think that's part of his tactic to keep his opponent guessing. Next is J Hope, our sunshine. So obviously Hobi is very light on his feet as a dancer, which would be very useful in a fighting situation. However, that's the extent of his advantage over me. I see multiple ways that I could win against Hobi. For one, like Jin, he can get scared pretty easily. Also, Hobi would probably ask a bunch of questions about the fight rules before we even start. Anyone who's watched Run BTS knows that he needs clarification on everything. Meanwhile, I'm devising a malicious plan to defeat him while he's still trying to figure out if punching is allowed. And if there is a struggle, I do have a secret weapon. I'll just start dancing really badly. He would either one, be so utterly appalled at my lack of dancing ability and just surrender out of embarrassment, or he'd be so amused that he would laugh uncontrollably. And you know that like when Hobi laughs, like he laughs with his whole body. So he would no longer be fit to fight at all because he'd be immobilized. And so for that reason I can secure the win that way. Now I know that in dance practice the members are terrified of Hobi's death glare when they mess up the steps, but because I'm already a bad dancer, his intimidation looks won't work on me. I'm immune to it. So I'm sorry, Hobi, but I'm putting you in mic drop. All right, now let's jump into the Magne line, starting with Park Jimin. Now, I'm not going to let that sweet, angelic face fool me for a second. It is not lost on me that this man has a black belt in Taekwondo. A black belt, okay? I've seen the way that he moves when he dances, and those kicks look lethal. And one perfectly executed kick to my head, and I'm done. I'm done. Yes, he's our Mochi, but under that soft exterior is a trained fighter. Okay. Also, too, I've noticed that like in the Run BTS episodes that Jimin is sneaky. He's sneaky, so I think that will also spill into the fight as well. That he will fight by any means necessary, and so I don't think he would necessarily have to rely on that when facing me because he's already got me defeated. But I'm just saying that's another reason why he would win. Um, so Jimin will go in the danger category. He's almost borderline run. I think the only thing that keeps him from being in the run category is that he would probably try to nurse me back to health afterwards, at least, or at least take me to the hospital because he's so sweet and he'd probably feel bad for beating me up. So yeah, Jimin goes in the danger category. Next is V, or as I like to call him, Tay Tay. Now, before his military service, I might have had a fighting chance, but Tay has bulked up significantly since his service. His forearm is almost the size of my thighs, and I have pretty thick thighs. They're pretty massive. I would probably break my hand if I even tried to punch him. But here's the thing though. I don't think that Tay would defeat me on sheer strength alone. In fact, I don't think he has to even rely on it. I think instead he'll lean more into psychological warfare. And so you know how like with Jin I use the art of surprise. I think with Tay he would use the art of confusion on me. And he might do or say something that's completely out of left field. And of course, in this hypothetical situation, I'm fluent in Korean, and so he'll say something and completely catch me off guard, and then boom, he has me, he got me, like he can just go in. And that's right. Tay Tay speak will be weaponized in a fighting scenario, and so for that reason, I'm putting Tay in the danger tier. Finally, our go to Magne, Jungkook. Yeah, I think we know where he's gonna go. But let me walk through the rationale anyway. Jungkook is buff. I mean, his muscles have muscles. He boxes regularly, and I believe he has a black belt in something. And let me get conspiracy theorists over here and just put my tinfoil hat on. I'm convinced that it isn't random that the South Korean military made this man a cook during his service. They knew that if they gave him any combat role, he'd only become stronger. He'd be like a secret weapon, and I don't think the world is ready for that level of power. And also, let's not forget that Jungkook is very competitive. I could go on why Jungkook would demolish me in a fight. I mean, he's basically the final boss on this tier list. There's like no universe, no timeline, no alternative reality where I'm even attempting to fight Jungkook. I don't want any of that smoke, so he's gonna go straight to the run category because that's basically what I'm doing, running away from him. So there you have it. My completely scientific and totally accurate BTS fighting tier list. Again, Army, please don't cancel me. This was all done with pure love and chaotic energy. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my rankings or if you think I'm completely delusional. Oh yeah, and BTS, I'm not kidding about Ddaeng. Like release it on Spotify, please. Okay. But anyways, until next time, this is Joy and Yoongi made me do it.